Big deal. Very simple. Oh. All right, what we're talking about right now then is the difference between to and usted. All right. The word to, what does it mean?
To your friends.
Well, what does it mean though? It means you. Okay. And then we have the word usted, which is always written ud. What does that mean? It also means you. Okay? So we are going to be talking, there is a difference between the two of them. And Elijah, what did you say? One of them is formal, and the other is informal or familiar. Which one is the informal or familiar one? When you talk to your friend, two. So this would be, I'm going to say informal, which means usted would be formal. So you have to understand first that in Spanish, okay, in English when we speak formally or informally to someone, in a sense it's the way we say, the way we talk to them, or even maybe the way we say it, as far as we might say to somebody we're friends with, hey, how's it going, how you doing, versus how are you, for somebody maybe formally. A lot of it does have to do with the way we say it as well. Usually when we're speaking formally, we tend to speak more clear, a little more proper, I guess, as opposed to not. In Spanish, they have their own different conjugations. They have their own forms of the verb they use. Okay? Now, there are two ways of saying "how are you" in Spanish that we learned in the informal way. What are they? What was one of them? The main one is "¿Cómo estás?" Okay. So here's one of them. ¿Cómo estás? Okay. And what was the other one?
¿Cómo está usted?
For informal. ¿Qué tal? All right. ¿Cómo estás means how are you? ¿Qué tal means how's it going? Now, what was our formal way of saying how are you?
¿Cómo está usted?
Right. ¿Cómo está usted? Now, I'm not going to write usted here, just to show you that really the difference is the fact that it's a estás and the fact here that it's a está. When we go over conjugating verbs and we learn this verb, you'll notice that this is one of the conjugations when you're conjugating in that form. This is the conjugation when you're conjugating in that form. So again, it's a different word they use. It's very similar, but it's still different. Okay? And that's how those are some of the examples of our informal greetings versus our formal ones. Now what I want to go over real quick is when we use them. When are you going to speak informally? Who would you talk to informally? Okay? Your friends. Okay, what was it? What else?
Parents. Family.
Parents. Siblings. Who else?
Family.
Okay, animals, pets. Other family members, cousins, aunts, uncles. Grandparents is actually depends on where you are. If you are in Mexico, you will speak to your grandparents informally. Okay. If you are in Puerto Rico, you will speak to them formally. All right. If you go to Puerto Rico and speak to them informally, they're going to hit you upside the head. Okay. It's extremely rude. Whereas in Mexico, if you speak to them formally, they might say, "Why are you talking to me like this?" So where you are depends on as far as grandparents go. But you have friends, parents, siblings, pets. Who else do you think you speak to informally? Okay. People you know, your peers, classmates, and also younger people. Okay, people that are younger than you. If you are 15 years old and you see someone who's 8 and you don't know them, you probably still talk informally to them. Okay? And peers, because you have your friends, but you're not friends with everyone. But if your classmates, if it's like older, younger, like freshman versus senior, probably still use informal. So with that being said, when do you think we would speak formally?
Teachers.
Okay, teachers. Teachers, principal. Who else?
Police officers.
Okay, police officers or other people of authority.
Yeah.
Okay, so authority figures. Including like police officers or whatever, your boss, your authority figures, people that are superior to you as far as your job or whatnot. Anyone else you think we would speak formally to?
Should we
Teachers.
first?
Grandparent.
Yeah,
Older
should we?
people.
Yeah, so should
So you meet your friends' parents, you can speak to them formally, okay, until you knew them. Okay? And your grandparents, again, remember it could be you or depending on where you are. If you're in Mexico, if you're in Puerto Rico. And that's a pretty good list. I think that covers just about everybody you would. We need to understand when you're going to use what. We spend a lot of focus on that at the beginning here, just to kind of understand the idea between formal versus informal. Okay, are there any questions about it? Are we good there? Okay.